we actually were on the phone when he was going to the lunch to gather the investors to start the Daily Caller. And you're a rip-off artist. You're a goddamn rip-off artist.
I'm one of the greatest rip-off artists there ever was. Even then, I wore the Black Swan, but I think it was just a throwaway line where I was trying to recruit people into my transgender army, because that's what it is. But Bubba, you know, and I
still haven't got Alex Jones. You know,
can we talk about Alex? Because I was with him this weekend, and
we saw.
You know, obviously, I'm going to be honest. The guy is under a lot of stress. You can tell, because at the event, he was not, I wouldn't say wasted, drunk. You know, he obviously has a high tolerance, but you could tell he was just a man that was just, the way he was just drinking and carrying himself. You know, he just, I mean,
he's dealing with some stuff.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but is he a man that knows that he is going to be forever bankrupt?
That's what I'm saying. You know, he has that vibe, like he's trying to turn shit into sugar, kind of. And he's epic. Nice. Like, everybody there loves him, and everybody's there worshiping him. Want to take pictures with him. So, like, he has all that, but you can just still tell that it's like
none of that's going to make up for the amount of hundreds of millions of dollars that the court has levied. People can garnish his wages. You know, he just has a life. No matter how successful he could ever be, he's not going to be able to get ahead. And, like, you know, I have some tax problems, but you know what? There's light at the end of my tunnel. And if I project what I'm doing in business, you know, in 3 or 4 years, I'll be able to save a little bit of money and probably retire, you know, and somewhat comfortably. Not like
that's a tax bill.
That's not,
but,
you know,
$300 million.
That's not living the lifestyle I used to in a jet. But that's, you know, maybe taking a Merch Crick in an RV and going up to Indiana for a couple weeks, you know, and having a few, you know, couple thousand in my pocket. That's all I need, straight white trash. But he has court-ordered, like, this is an IRS will work with you. They're working with me right now. I'm on a payment program, and they're happy as hell. But Mrs. McGillicuddy from Sandy Hook, who you owe $10 million to, or $80 million, they're not working with you on payments.
No, and it's not even just the feeling of that trial alone. I think he feels the weight of the system, that it doesn't matter how much money he makes. It doesn't matter how successful he becomes as a broadcaster. He's always going to have, like, the system against him, you know, and he's a huge conspiracy theorist. And let's be honest. So he's kind of black-pilled. That's what we call being black-pilled. We kind of know that things are really not going good and that the system is corrupt.
Oh, I'm black-pilled.
So, yeah, I mean,
I'm blackballed and black-pilled.
So listen, I you know, worship Alex Jones. I think he's such a badass, but I could just tell at that live event, he's just not. He's not vibing. Like, I just feel like he's kind of like.
But I'd like to have a down and out Alex Jones.
Yeah, you should.
Where I can kind of pump him up and say, Alex, man, you know, stop. You know, I mean, you got a certain hand that's been dealt to you, but I mean, I don't think that you're a person that is wired to give up. Nonetheless.
No, I don't even think it's that. He's just built so much, and he knows they're probably going to try to take InfoWars from him. He's just stressed. You can just tell he's not just like being a creative guy like he is. He's just, you know, he's constantly going on shows. He's constantly out there working.
Not my show. Not my show. That's all I've asked.
He'll go on your show. He'll go on. He does 6 shows a week. That's how much think about you, Bubba. You broadcast like crazy, but he's been doing 6 days a week. He does a Sunday show and then Monday through Friday. Yep. He's been doing that for years.
But I also do 2 shows a day, except for Fridays.
I'm not even trying to say, compare.
No, I'm just saying. We're both busting our ass for nothing.
Yes.
But anyway,
y'all are both busting your ass, and that's what it takes, and that's what sadly.
There's some wise guy like you who does a couple of viral videos acting like an idiot at a town meeting, and next thing you know, you're on a goddamn blaze making 6 figures. Easy Streak Willie, I don't know, just 3 years ago was selling used cars at your dad's buy here, pay here lot, putting peanut butter in the
incorrect.
Putting peanut butter in the valve
business.
Put the peanut butter in the valve train so it won't tick so bad when it goes through the auction. knowing that you got a straight lemon on your hands, that you took that you killed Mrs. McGillicuddy trade-in for $250, and you're getting $18.75 at the run-through. I know how you are, kid.
But if you know so much, don't forget that I did call AOC a big booty Latina. Let's also talk about, I called out Dan Crenshaw. Let's talk about the time that I went exposed to drag your kids to a Pride event where they were doing a drag event for children where they were giving them, tipping them as strippers. So listen, I'm a gonzo journalist. No, there's more than the
You've come in with 3.
I've had the hot coffee.
So let's say 12. You've done 12 viral things. Tucker propped you up. Now you're all that in a bag of chips, and you got a guy like me. Now you got me and Alex. You got me and Alex Jones that are just grinding our penises off, and you got you coming in there with a rustic green screen, 5 cats, 1 hot chick, 4 dogs, and you're now, making more money than us, you son of a bitch. And then you go and use my moniker, Bubba Army, Stein Army. Meanwhile, bitch, I've welcomed you into my home. I have you on my show once a week to promote your crappy show.
Cook your food with the Presto Pizza Maker.
And I took you.
But she also bit off you.
To Presto Pizza Maker, which you did content off me on that. All this
Bubba,
stuff. Now, hold on. And all I ask is for you to help promote our program, just like we promote your program. Having you on every Wednesday, I love you and you're my friend, but you don't ever promote us.
Bubba, I think you need to turn around.
True.
Bubba, you need to turn around.
Hold on, let on.
Bubba, you need to turn around to the back wall. The back wall. Take a look back there. You might see a sign.
Oh, one way.
Yeah.
One way.
Guys, listen, let me just tell you something. It's funny you're saying this because I was just on a podcast with Dave Rubin, has a huge YouTube channel, and we got into some Hulk Hogan talk. And you know what that led to? And it led to talking about my best friend, Bubba Clem. So listen, I did put you over on Dave Rubin's show. I think
you're on the Rubin Report.
He was on there yesterday.
On the Rubin Report.
And you and you actually said Bubba Clem, the Bubba Army.
Yes, and he's one of my best friends, is what I said. And actually, Dave proceeded to tell a story about how he hung out with Hulk one night, had a great time. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he's like that, but he's kind of a bad guy. My buddy helped him get $100 million. He can't even, return the favor.
Did you hear Joe Rogan? Did you hear Joe Rogan put me over this week?
No, did it? Well, Lummy didn't even tell me. What did he do? What did he say?
Lummy, what did he tell him?
Here it is. I'm playing it. He had some comedian in there, and the world of shock jocks came up, and of course.
They were talking about that Tibetan guy that the Dalai Lama that was making out with that kid.
And so they were talking about shock jocks, and it's just really, really, really cool to know that I am at the forefront of people's minds when it comes to shock jock. That's how much of an effing legend I am. And here's the exchange right here.
It's shock jock stuff.
Yeah, exactly. He's like Bubba the Love Sponge.
I like Bubba.
I got nothing against Bubba. It's a hilarious name.
Bubba's a good guy.
Bubba's a good guy. You hear that, Alex?
Yeah, Bubba's a good guy.
Bubba, he's the number one broadcaster, but you are a legend. I've always said that. That's why I come here.
Yeah, why can't you give me Alex Jones if I'm a goddamn? I have Vince Russo from the WCW on today. I got Deion Sanders coming. I got Deion Sanders coming on. He told me after the spring ball game he'll come on so he can break down the game. I got Deion on deck. I have your dumbass on. Why can't I have Alex? I used to. Let's not forget. I have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, Alex, because let's not forget. I love him to death. I love him to death, and I still think that we're friends. But Tucker did me dirty. I had Tucker on. Tucker kind of did me dirty.
But what is it? But let's go back. No, because I do want to, and I'm not even going to press you on that. But what
I'm
was
not
the
mad
heat
at
with Fox? No. But what was her heat with the Fox after the Hogan thing? You said Fox didn't want to have you on?
No. Remember when Media Matters people, they went and subscribed to Bubba Army Radio, and they went and found every 300 appearances. Or no, like 150 appearances from when Tuck was on MSNBC, and then that little bit of time when he was on nothing, and he had just had he
Daily Caller.
He just invented the Daily Caller.
Yeah.
He was actually on our show one day when he was going to a lunch. We actually should find that, Lummy.
I've been looking for it.
And I'm like, Tucker, what are you doing now? And he's like, I'm going to lunch because me and a few of these investors are going to start this new online, thing. It's going to be called the Daily Caller. And we actually were on the phone when he was going to the lunch to gather the investors to start the Daily Caller. So we had this guy on for, I don't know, 5-6 years every Tuesday.
06 to 12.
Yes, just completely so unedited Tucker. Like Tucker now has to kind of watch it. He didn't have to watch it back then. He just let it rip. And then, this group, this liberal, hey, just bad. These bad people. They hire like 5 or 7 interns to subscribe to Bubba Army Radio. They take all of my. They go and find every time that Tucker was on my show, and then they just absolutely cut things out of context and cost Tucker an absolute crap show. And got a bunch of sponsors canceled and all this kind of deal.
No.
Oh yeah, Tucker. Hold on, Tucker almost lost his job for real. If you look it up, Media Matters and what they did to Tucker Carlson, I think it might have been 30, 40, 50 million dollars of advertising, and Fox was going, was like touch and go, and then Tucker called me and said, listen, I just want to let you know, because before that happened, like once every couple of months we'd have him on, because that's when he was really, really, really on fire. He's on fire now too, never really lost it. But nonetheless, he would still go on occasionally. And then this Media Matters thing happened, and he called me up and he's like, listen, this is nothing personal. You're still my friend. I love you to death. I just cannot go on your shows, and I can't have you on my show. I cannot do that. It's beyond my control.
Media Matters is the worst.
Yeah, and so they damn near got him, canceled. It was really, really 2017, 2018.
Yeah, because he wasn't number one at that point.
And I got a little chip on my shoulder when I have all this time invested into a host.
And I'm looking at the chat log. Basically, you guys were kind of joking about the age of consent laws in different states and how it is 16. I'm saying it is in some states. It is weird how in some states 16 is age of consent.
Well, we would get into all kind of, like he called Afghani women, beasts. And people from Canada stupid, and because Tucker's just funny, and then he would be like, yeah, my kids are going to summer camp. I think they beat them and put them in shackles, and oh, my 3 butlers are at the door right now for my gold-plated anal plug. Just crazy Tucker stuff before he even had to worry about, this is circa 2006 to 2012 when he was MSNBC, out of a job, or just a Fox contributor. So we were, we actually had a better reach and promoted his brand and what he did, and it was a win-win. And then I got the rug pulled right out from under me, and it just really hurt because now but now he's an absolute megastar. And he could really, that would be like Pat McAfee having Aaron Rodgers on.
Yeah.
Like that is, for Pat McAfee, that's a huge score, right? Would you not agree?
Of course.
All right. Well, can you imagine if I was able to continue my Tucker relationship where Tucker would call in every couple weeks on Tuesday and we could let it rip? Do you know what that would do for my currency nonetheless?
It would help you out tremendously right now, but this is the thing: is it's not personal with Tucker, and the only reason I'm white knighting is Tucker's edgy because he calls your show. He obviously likes your humor, but he has these sponsors, like you said, these advertisers that are nuts: Pfizer, Moderna, or whatever, Raytheon, Halliburton, that are extra woke. So it's like
I know, but it wasn't. But hold on, it wasn't even the things that I said. It was his comments on my show. So it wasn't me. It was him in conjunction with being with me. So it even
birds of a feather flock together, though. So he's gonna be like, "Oh, well, I was on Bubba. I was on the Shock Jock. They brought it out of me." He can kind of, I'm almost deflect.
But at the end of the day, man, who gets it broke off in their ass? I do. I'm the one that gets the break off.
And Bubba Clinton,
and just like the Hogan tape, who got the break off? I did. I got the break off
every time. You get the short.
And I'm
end
tired
of
getting broke off in. I'm tired of it. My ass hurts. I'm going to die like Farrah Fawcett of rectal cancer.
got anal prolapse.
Well, that's true, maybe, possibly. But this is the thing, is Bubba. When my mom died, and I'm not trying to make it about me. I'm not a victim.
So I have you on every Wednesday promoting your numbnuts, and then all I get is, and all I asked is, give me Alex Jones. That's all I want. I'll promote your crazy show with you acting like a transsexual yesterday.
Black Swan, transsexual, yes. What do you think about that? They're going full gold dust like that. Is that too much? Because I got a lot of hate. Listen, I got a lot of hate last night. Oh, he's gay, this and that, which is fine.
Hold on. First of all, being gay is cool.
Yeah.
Like you should turn that around. You should be like, really? I'm gay? And that's a problem? That's a problem?
Well, but let me give you a little just kind of like a political inside baseball. Now, because we've become so polarized left, we're like, now they're trying to genderize every little kid. Now we've got this polarized far right where they're actually anti-gay, super anti-gay, anti-trans. So that, and they're on the internet. I have those same people follow me. So anytime I put on the skirt like that, the tutu or whatever, yeah, I got crushed. But at the same time, so many bitches were in my DMs last night. I don't even want prepaid to hear me last night. I'm not even just saying that to brag. I couldn't believe it. That stupid outfit. My Instagram, more messages from that dumb outfit
what were they
Instagram
saying?
than I've gotten.
Yeah, but the women that like that, man, are weirdo bitches. They got daddy issues. Like you. Yeah.
What were they saying, Alex?
But you better make sure they're real women too, though.
What were they saying?
The women that slid up in your
not.
DMs, like Anna said, what were the women that slid up in the DMs? What were they saying?
You're so funny. Blah, blah,
just
blah.
like, you're so funny.
Yeah, exactly.
I want that D. Were they saying I want that D? I want that D.
No, not necessarily. I mean, a lot of them weren't being that big. Just a lot of, oh my gosh, just hot mess. I couldn't stop laughing. Poor Benny and Hillary, hot mess. Just a lot of, replied, oh, so pretty.
Catfish.
A lot of just,
You're
a lot
getting
of
catfish.
She's like Hootie
I don't
with
think
Tom
he
yeah,
is.
Brady.
trans maniac, just a lot of hoes in the DMs. But I mean, that's typical. But it was extra. I got an extra pepperoni on the pizza last night. But listen, Bubba, times are tough. I'm always going to be there for you. That's one thing you can count on me.
What do you do for me? You don't do nothing for me.
Yeah, but I take from you.
I don't need you. I don't need you. I take from you. Hold on. I take from you in a way, in a one-way, bitch.
No. But this is how they do it. If you get a horse, Bubba, if you get a horse, you can actually cut enough meat off the horse and keep it alive for years, and it'll regenerate.
Yeah,
so
that's great. I'm glad to know that you're carving me down to zero, bitch, and I'm still alive.
I'm just taking a little T-bone. I'm not taking the whole shank. I'm just taking a little bit of meat. I'm keeping you alive, Bubba. It's a copacetic. It's like the shark, the plankton. I'm just trying to eat a little plankton off the big Bubba.
And the other thing
shark.
that I sent
you know what those are called? Parasites.
And the other thing that
I got a good review on that.
Hold on. Just be very vague on this, okay? We're going to have to talk about it privately. I really need help on that. I can't seem to find the right person, and I thought for sure you might have the right person. And I need help. I
called you on that. And I got some people that are interested. And so we'll talk about this off the air. But
first of all, you didn't call me about that.
Bubba, he
yes,
did.
I did. That's what I was calling you about the other night when I was in New York. Yes, it was. And I talked to Lummy right after.
Because it was past your 246.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Because I told him,
it's
I said,
okay.
well, it was like 7:30.
Listen. I need some help on that, buddy. I need some help on that, bud. Like for real.
Forward you the email thread.
Throw out the Alex. I don't even need Alex Jones as much as I need that, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I agree. And I think that'll. These people, they liked it. They want to know who's distributing it, and I gave them. I need to give them your contact. So
immediately.
Listen.
I'm gonna be waiting for this Ruben interview you did, so I can cut it down so we can see what you said about Bubba.
The Ruben report, yeah, it's big. Yeah, we talked about Bubba. I mean, we talked about
that's awesome.
They didn't talk about me.
I know. I'm waiting for it. It hasn't
Probably
come out
gonna
yet.
get
We talked about
probably gonna get edited out.
No, that's not going to get edited out. I'm saying we talked about wrestling. Everything goes back to professional wrestling because that's our whole America. Americana is professional wrestling.
Hey, so
if you don't like professional wrestling, you don't love America.
Vice TV got a hold of me and wants to license that Hogan Bash at the Beach call. They want to license it for their series, Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, why aren't you talking to them? You have a catalog. They need so much of that back stuff. All they do is Dark Side of the Ring, and then they have another wrestling spinoff about the territories. I think Vice. I don't like their politics, but they're crushing it by getting in that.
What's their politics?
Genre. Oh, well, the Gavin McInnes, my good buddy, he started it, and
is he still? Is he still there? Or
no,
no,
he kicked. They kicked him out years ago. He got a big payment, got kicked out.
Who's in charge of Vice?
Is it Shane White?
Who runs Vice now?
This guy's Shane. I forget his last name.
White?
He's a famous guy, and he's the one that started it with Gavin. And
White?
Where are they based out
Is
of?
anyone listening to me?
I think New York still, I believe,
Oh, okay.
Brooklyn. But they are still they're very leftist, but they do great wrestling content. I'm telling you, I would work with them if I was doing any of their. They always have Jim Cornette. He freaking always is doing their talking.
I need to get a contact for Vice immediately.
Yes, because you have a catalog of stuff. They could probably make whatever, one of their docs.
Shane
Because they do
Smith.
the mini docs.
Sorry.
They do an episode that would just be like, one wrestler, the Ultimate Warrior and his trajectory or whatever the hell. So, the backstories, and that would be good. I don't think they've done Hogan yet.
No, Bubba, it's kind of like the A&E. The A&E, how they've been doing those. Or
Right.
WWE. That's kind of how Vice is, but it's like more the darker side of it, too.
Yeah. Well, I think it's called the Dark Side of the Ring.
Well, he was saying the backstory.
Because they talk about who's the guy that was the wrestler that killed his wife after the fact or whatever.
Oh,
and then got away with it for
Benoit.
No, we know Chris Benoit. He killed himself. But I'm talking about that other guy. He was like a Native American or something. He was an old wrestler from way before.
Oh,
Benoit.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Yes.
Yeah, he lived in New Jersey and he got away with it for 25 years or something like that.
Yeah, and then he ended up getting caught.
He wrestled Macho. He wrestled
funny.
Macho Man in WrestleMania 3 at the Pontiac Superdome.
Well,
They were the I think they were the match before Hogan.
But we talked about how Hogan doesn't put anybody over. I mean, did Hogan? He did put over the Warrior one time.
Hogan used to put me over all the time.
In the ring?
No, on
Yeah, I know. I mean, he'll put somebody over in person. I even said that. Dave's like, "Oh, he's really nice to hang out with." I'm like, "I'm sure he is," but I just think that, Hogan probably is not nice to a lot of the other wrestlers. He had his own freaking locker room. I mean, come on, Hogan.
Yeah.
But he was the biggest and baddest. We all admit that. I mean, he was the face of wrestling. He was the whole kit and caboodle. But still, listen, Bubba, life. I
gotta go. But listen,
I know before you go, but I'm saying it's like in football. Sometimes the ball bounces your way, you recover the fumble, and you're the 300-pound defensive tackle that gets to score the touchdown. Sometimes
I came 2 yards from that. I picked off Rick Meyer and went and made it to the 2. Story of my life.
That is kind of the story of your life. You finally
picked off Rick Meyer. When I picked off Rick Meyer when he was a freshman at Goshen, took it clear to the 2, got stopped at the 2. The whole team was. I mean, like the blockers were running faster than me. Like I was like, oh, man.
He was gas. You were out of gas.
If you would have scored that touchdown, it's like that. It's like in that movie where the guy hits the baseball and he hits a home run and his life is totally different. You would have been Howard Stern, but because you didn't score that touchdown, now
I got to go to
Alex
words.
Stein?
But listen. Let's talk privately about that thing.
Yes.
Okay?
I'll call you this afternoon.
All right, buddy.
Thank you guys. Well, Primetime Alex Stein on YouTube. Please watch it. Join the Primetime Alex Stein Army. It's $5.99 and you get to grind and shine.
Effer. You son of a bitch.